your wife is taking advantage of the fact that you are helping at home. That is, you're no longer a finished man. You are a finished man that's being abused.
If you look at what they understand by submission, it could be equated to slavery.
If my son is living in a rented apartment,
yes,
and the wife has a house,
yes,
she owns,
yes,
and if he comes back and tell me that he's not moving into the house, I will tear him a hot slap.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Prince Gabriel Okocha, your host for the BTC Podcast. It is my honor and pleasure today to welcome you to this second episode of Before Tomorrow Comes podcast. And with us today in the studio, we have a very strong voice on the internet when it comes to marriage, relationship, family values, and everything that has to do with a man and a woman living together. Today we have in the studio the president of the Finished Men Association, Mr. Kelvin Onovo.
Thank you, PJ, for having me.
No. This is not Mr. Kelvin that we all know. The president of the Finished Men Association. This one is not him. So we are going to ask this one to go and let the real Mr. Kelvin that we know come back in. Okay. So you have this help, please.
I'll be right back.
Let this one just leave the studio so that the real Mr. Kelvin we know will come back in.
Okay. I don't know how to tie this up. Let me do.
Anyone, just do your thing.
I think people who actually like this.
Aha! So, ladies and gentlemen, I present to you the president of the Finished Men Association, Mr. Kelvin Onovo. Welcome to the studio.
Thank you, bro. Thank you.
Welcome to the studio.
Thank you, bro.
Now you are well dressed, yes, Mr. Kelvin Onovo that we used to know.
Yes, I'm representing the Finished Men Association worldwide.
That's beautiful.
Yes, at least when they see my attire, they will know that
you are here. They will know it is the real you, not your photocopy, not somebody dressed like you.
Exactly.
Welcome to the studio.
Thank you.
And over here we have the one and only SGM, as the husband calls her. She too, many young women on social media see her as their role model when it comes to marriage, family life, parenting, and everything related to relationships. So it is also my honor to welcome you to the studio. I also call you SGM, but I know that your real name is Mrs. Joy Onovo.
Yes.
Welcome to the studio.
Thank you very much for
It's a pleasure to have you around.
Thank you, sir.
Welcome.
Thank you.
Okay, so Mr. Kelvin, how is Lagos treating you?
We just stepped in. Lagos is fine. Very good weather. I think, Lagos is fine. All right. Very different from the place I came from. So,
welcome.
And I love it.
Welcome.
I love it.
Okay, so we are going to dive straight into some of the conversations we have today. You know, for some time now, my team and I have been following your work. My team and I have been following your work across social media platforms, especially on Facebook, because that is where you seem to have your most influence, your most strength and followership. And if there is one thing we've noticed over the time we've been following the both of you, is that the people respect your opinion when it comes to family life, marriage, relationships, and all of that. And so most of the questions we are going to be asking you today, some of the things we'll be having conversations around, will be things revolving around those things, and several things that our users out there, our followers, and many people who actually follow you too, that has come to our page to drop their questions for you, are asking and hoping that you will be able to answer them today. Some of them are actually real life experiences based on their own individual experiences in their homes. Okay, so we are going to be starting with you, Mr. Kelvin. Or should we just do ladies first? The way they used to say ladies first.
Well, let's do ladies first.
Let's do ladies first, right? Okay. Mrs. Onovo, please feel free. Okay, it's a pleasure to have you around.
Thank you.
How long have you been married to Mr. Onovo?
We'll be 8 years in 3rd of March this year.
Wow.
Yes.
8 years.
Yes.
Not the dating relationship
No.
included.
8 years in marriage.
8 years in marriage. That
Yes.
deserves an applause. That deserves an applause. In our world today, it's very hard to find a couple living beyond 2 days to 2 years together.
Yeah.
It's really, really hard to find people who can just stay together up until 8, 10, 15, 20 years and above. So for these 8 years that you've been together, has there been a time you felt like running away from home, leaving the house, running away from the marriage? Probably a time you felt like, this Mr. Kelvin is not him.
Why are you breathing in and out? Because you know I'm about to spill.
Probably he's panicking. Maybe there's been a situation like that.
Yes. So many times, especially in the first 3 years of our marriage.
Okay.
We had so many marital issues that would have ended it. And I used to tell him then that I felt scammed. Like when I came in, I was like, so this is it. And they were really, just like you said, there were times where I was always planning of running away. And in my head, I'm like, when I run, you come and look for me and beg me, So, yes, there were really times when I thought of that. And I don't know if you follow me on my own social media handle. There was a time I shared like a very detailed
experience.
Yes, my experience. Like I did it like a series. I think it was like in 7 parts. And then I was saying that one of the reasons why I didn't execute was because I was broke. That's what I said. Because if I had the funds then, I'd already mapped out everything in my head. I'd planned out how it was going to happen. And, well, we thank God. That was the first 3 years of our marriage, like I said.
Okay, so why did you stay back? Apart from just the money, you could have borrowed the money from someone else.
So I used to tell my husband that I'm a very loyal person. I'm a loyalist. And because I'm loyal, I always put in my all in anything I get into, be it business, relationships. That's why it looks like I don't really have so many friends, because when I'm friends with someone, I'm always very loyal to that person. So for me, marriage is a very important thing. It's a very important institution. And just like I do in every other areas of my life, I don't expect marriage to be different. So I was willing to, push more and give it more trial. So that's why I stayed back. I'm a loyalist. I'm a very loyal person.
Okay.
And I'm always very dedicated. So I had to put in my best.
That's a beautiful one. Mr. Kelvin, are you listening?
Yeah, I'm listening.
Okay. Your wife said you've been married for 8 years.
Yeah.
And in those 8 years, what has been your experience? Because when we follow you online or your social media platforms where we do follow you, there is this picture of you that we see online. It makes it look like you have a very perfect marriage, like a 100% perfect marriage. And maybe because most people do not just come on social media to put out their challenges and all of that. But from the angle that we see it, it seems as though your union is a 100% perfect marriage. So is that really how it is offline, or is it just a social media thing for you?
Well, what I would say is I don't form on social media, or maybe come on social media to say what I am not. Maybe portray an image that is not happening in my family.
Okay.
Right? I don't think there's a thing called a perfect marriage. That I am able today to stand with this beautiful woman today is because we have exceeded the first 2-3 years of where I used to tell her, you even need to go back to your parents' house. I can't remember how I have said that word more than I have said I love you during the first 3 year, second year, and the 3rd year. And that we are the way we are now was that, I decided to change from some of the things that I grew up seeing some of my friends, some of my father's friends do. I decided to change it a bit and see because this thing that I've been doing that is making me tell this woman, you need to be my house.
Yeah.
Let me
It's not
do
working.
something different. It's not working. Let me
Okay.
try out something different. Let me be selfless. Let me just portray another image that is different from what I grew up knowing and see if the marriage is going to work.
Okay.
And since I started it, when I talk on social media, people will think that my marriage is perfect. No, it's not that perfect. But we have come to understand each other. We are playing our roles perfectly.
Beautiful.
Right? Yes. Nobody's
The marriage is not perfect, but you are playing your roles perfectly.
perfect. Yeah. Right? Because when you say perfect marriage, it looks like we don't have issues.
Yes.
Right? Even at the hotel,
Yeah.
I was close to saying, babe, now. You know when a woman tell you, let me just make up.
Yes.
You know how it is now.
Yes.
But
Right?
makeup, I didn't
But so there is nothing like a perfect marriage. We don't have it because we do quarrel, we make up and other things. So the image I put on social media is not that a perfect image. No. But I'm just being myself. I'm not faking anything on social media. There is nothing that I'm doing on social media that I'm saying I am coming here to act, except the day I just want to act something very funny. And I will come out and act it.
Okay. Speaking of acting, your contents are all over social media. There's this particular one I saw you under something that looked like a cage. Is it cage or table or something?
Table.
Something like that.
Yeah.
And several other ones that I've seen you, including the one where you were washing plates and all of those things. So how do you balance monetizing your content and preserving the values you stand for? Like those things you do or you dramatize or you act out that is seen on social media, are you just doing them for content? Like, are you just doing them just to make money from them? Or the real goal is to just put out the value out there for people to learn from?
First of all, I want to say this.
Maybe for engagement, like most people do.
I stopped caring about engagement the moment my wife gave birth to my son. Right? If you know me before now, I was putting out value content on my page, but I was mixing a whole lot of things. Right? Immediately my wife gave birth to my son. I said to myself, Kelvin, this is no longer the usual game like it was, right? Where I was craving for engagement or whatever. No, I stopped it. I said to myself that if I want my son to behave like me, I have to act the way he will behave like me.
Yeah.
Right? So my content on social media is, let's say, Facebook is paying me, but what I'm doing on Facebook, I am not there to make money. Right? Immediately my wife gave birth to my son and my content changed. I pivoted to family content and I started using some of the problems to teach. And I saw that it was impacting people because I can work in a restaurant and somebody would tell me, Kelvin, some of these things that you're saying, I applied some of them in my marriage and
it worked.
There was a change. Right? So the content aspect of it, if you noticed on my page, then I used to post at least every 1 hour, but now most of the times I post twice in a day.
Okay.
So it's the content aspect of it is the monetary aspect of it is not there because I have a life. It's not the main focus. Yes, I have a life outside social media. Okay. So my main point is I want to create value. I want people to learn from my mistakes, some of the mistakes that I've made. Right? And I also want other men that are watching me say some of the things I say, know that you can actually change from what you used to.
Yeah.
Right? So that's it.
Can I add to what he said? Okay. On the issue of monetization, I think you even missed the main point.
Okay.
He wasn't this year you got monetized.
Yeah, it was this year. I think
the page was not monetized until I think July this year. Last year, sorry. We're in 2026, sorry. So last year, July. So he was creating those contents and he wasn't making money from it. So you could see from that him creating content was I think it was just his way of, adding value. In fact, your page was supposed to be monetized things, but you kept on stalling. Because I remember I was one that was always saying, when will you even monetize your page? Every time you're posting on Facebook, when are you going to monetize? He said, wait, just wait. So is beyond the monetization. It's more of, putting value out there and saying things in a way that a layman can understand.
Exactly.
Hence the kind of content he puts out.
Because
Okay.
if it was about the monetization, I would have been doing a whole lot of things just to
Yeah.
So
Make
when you see me maybe stay under the chair
Yeah.
to make a post, I know that if I should just sit down and make that
And
post,
say it.
most people are not going to relate to it. So
Okay.
I have to put up an image so that people can understand what I'm trying to say. Right?
Okay.
So the content aspect of it, I just want my voice to be heard. Right?
Okay. All right. So most of your posts seem to be agitating more in favor of women. Like you seem to be speaking for the women folks more in almost all of your posts. Now, is there like a personal experience that pushed you into speaking up for women that much? Is there like something from your personal life that's motivated you to just say, okay, no, I'm going to be doing this for women?
I would say per se that I'm speaking up for women.
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
I'm just saying, when you are talking to men,
Yes.
some of the things that men do, that is not normal.
Yeah.
Women who want their voice to be heard will like that. Right?
Okay.
So women relate more. Just like if a lady is talking about some of the things other ladies that are doing that is bad, men will relate more.
Okay.
Right? Yes, if you go on social media, you will see pages of maybe a lady saying that a woman is not supposed to be doing this, a woman is not supposed to be doing that. You will see men come under the comment section and say, yes, you are saying the right thing.
Okay.
So because a woman understands woman. So I am a man. I understand some of the things that we men we are doing. I grew up with this African mentality.
Yeah.
Right? There's this alpha male mentality that you come back home, your wife will rush, kneel down.
Yes.
People started making marriage look like
Master and slave relationship.
yes, master and slave relationship. Something that is supposed to be partners. You went to someone's father's house to tell this woman, to the parents, that you like their daughter and
Yes.
you want that person to stay with you. So why then do you now come in, you call your wife on the phone, and immediately your wife sees your phone, your phone, her phone ringing,
Yeah.
she'll start panicking. That is not marriage now.
Yeah.
Right? So some of the things that I'm saying, it is because I'm a man. I'm in the shoes of a man. So I know where it pinches. So most people that are making it look like maybe I am attacking men. You know one thing about truth. I used to be that kind of guy.
Okay.
Sometimes 5-6 years ago, if you see a man or a woman saying some of the things that I would say, I will feel so bad.
Okay.
Right? So that's just the thing. So it's not about am I going to do it now?
Favoring women.
It's not about, I'm not saying to favor women. Some of the things I'm saying is like women are seeing some of the things that I'm saying that their husband are not doing, and they are seeing someone that is coming out to say these things, and that person is a man. So women feel heard. So that's why my page looks like I have more of women.
Yes.
Right. So it's not that I am doing this thing to get the women followership.
Okay.
No. Right. So
I feel it's just it's the reality that we are living in.
Okay.
Some of the things he says are things that are happening.
Okay.
So it's not like they are made up.
Okay.
These are relatable issues in marriage or relatable issues in relationship.
Okay.
So that's why it looks like when he says it, people can relate. Oh, it's true. This one is happening.
Yeah.
Especially like, for example, the illustration we did about dating.
Yeah.
So it doesn't like mean that men cannot have their bats well or something like that. It just means that when it comes to standards, we females, we expect a particular standard. So when you're not reaching that standard, we now say, oh, you're not doing it well.
Okay.
And these things are relatable issues in relationship and marriage.
So you bet your husband?
No.
But you do bet your husband.
That's a special kind of batting. But it doesn't mean that when he's in the bathroom, I will not go there and be, micromanaging.
But sometimes he baits and you feel like Go back and take your bath again.
No, I actually don't do that. Is maybe when he's baiting and he's gisting, and then I now go and watch. I'll not be like, you're not doing it well because I'm actually there. But then it doesn't mean that when he's out, I'll now say
him to check.
No.
Okay, that's beautiful.
Let me reveal a secret now.
Okay.
If I'm bathing in the bathroom and my wife walks past the bathroom, and the bathroom door is open, it will turn like a lecture hall on how to bath. Right? So she will have, there are stages she will get. She will be like, I don't like this thing you are doing. Maybe that's so. She will enter the bathroom and start bathing me.
But right? this thing happens like, let's say, 2 times in a year.
Well, 2 times is enough.
2 times in a year. So it's not like it's every time.
Okay, that's a good one. So you made mention of African mentality when it comes to marriage and all of that. African culture, African mentality when it comes to how people treat their partners in relationships and all of that. From your own point of view, do you think that the African culture or the African mentality when it comes to marriage is against the woman? Do you think that the African pattern or the African idea of what marriage should be is against the woman?
I wouldn't say the African pattern of marriage is against the woman, but some of the African pattern of marriage promotes the male ego. Right?
You know, the reason for this question is when you check real African culture, you discover that most of our parents have marriages that lasted years, decades, marriages that lasted some half a century. We've had some of our parents, in fact, some of our grandparents and great-grandparents don't know what divorce is all about. Divorce is like a very rare word, like it hardly happened. I grew up, I met my grandparents, my granddad, my mom. They were still together till old age, till they died. So, if African culture or African idea of marriage is really that bad, how come we have our parents that lived so long together? And then this modern world that we are staying in is very hard to find couple with the modern mentality of marriage that are still together even after 5 years. Just after 5 years, I mean.
Let me shock you.
Okay.
If you can have a heart-to-heart, there is every possibility that if you have a heart-to-heart conversation with your mother or my own mother about whether she enjoyed getting married to our fathers, if they are being honest,
you
will see that most of them were not happy in that marriage. But you know, our African culture, a woman does not have rights back then, just like they have rights right now.
Okay.
Let me use an example.
Okay, that's what I wanted to ask. I wanted to say, when you say woman does not have rights, then do you have like a real life example you can use?
What I want to say is this: if a woman goes out and cheat on the husband, that marriage is as good as gone, as then. But a man can go out, impregnate another woman without even telling the wife. Not that he doesn't have a male son or he have a female son. A man can go out, get another woman pregnant, and bring this person back. The woman does not have any right to get angry. Highest they will say, but why is it that if a woman does that same thing, they will not say, no, why? A woman will be a woman. Why is some of our culture, not all of our culture, right? Why is some of our cultures supporting men? Do you know that there is a place in Enugu where if a man cheats, the woman will run mad?
If a man cheats?
If a man cheats, the woman will run mad.
Not if a woman cheats.
No.
Because the one I've heard of is if a woman cheats, she will run mad.
I think that one is true. But in that same culture, if a man cheats, there's a possibility. In that culture, I think there was a time I said this same thing. I wouldn't mention the tribe in Enugu. In Enugu here.
That's crazy.
How come? Why is it not?
Why is the repercussion not on the man?
Exactly. So the woman now fights for the husband not to cheat. So it's more like she's micromanaging him, following him around because she bears the brunt of it. So
that's a very crazy one.
Yeah. So you will find out that I am not saying that not all our mothers, most of our mothers endured a lot, right? I'm not saying that it is all, but most of them endured a lot. They had if you go back then and ask parents, then you say that most of them had beautiful marriage, right? You see people that are living well and living well in their marriage, but the greater percentage of some of our culture in Nigeria, especially in the southeast, favored men the more than women.
Can I also add
Yes,
something?
please.
I think the reason why we think one of the reasons why we think there are high divorce rates is, of course, advent of social media. Unlike in those days when we didn't have things like social media, you didn't know what was happening in this person's home or the other person's home. Maybe they were not divorced, but they had marital issues. But because we don't have like a platform or exposure like we have now, people don't really know. For example, when it comes to, let me use like a different example from marriage. When it comes to let's say making money, it looked like the information was hoarded. But because we now have social media, people are teaching, oh, how to do this, how to make money from this, how to make money from. So the same way information is going around is the same way those news are going around. So it could be, for me, I think we had divorce rates then. Maybe not for like the core African setting or the core African home, but because there was no way to announce it, or there was no way to publicize it, we didn't know. It's just like when it comes to news, bad news circulating, it was very easy for bad news to circulate. But then it doesn't mean that there are no good things happening. It's just that we are not shining light on it as it's supposed to be. So for me, I think in as much as they were divorced, as in the divorce rate now is high, is not as magnified as we are seeing it now. Or as we are thinking.
Okay, Mr. Kelvin, you said something about if we go back to ask our parents, some of our mothers, that they will tell you clearly that they were not happy in some of their marriages. Do you think marriages today crash simply because the people there are not truly happy, or because our current society has sold an unrealistic expectation of happiness to them? Because some persons can, over then, or as of then, our mothers were taught to endure things in marriage. They were taught that the ultimate goal of marriage is to stay together, despite whatever. Of course, when it comes to issues of life and death, some cultures permitted them to leave the man they were married to. But today, any little thing, I'm leaving because I'm not happy. So do you think the reason for divorce today, or the cause of the breakups we see in many homes today, is that their partners are not really treating them well? Or is it that the society has sold a near perfection or a near perfect expectation of happiness to them, and when they don't get that in marriage, they have to walk away?
First of all, what I would say is this: if you're watching me and you're a young man and you're a young woman, first thing I'm going to tell you is this: if you are not ready to endure in marriage, stay in your house. Don't get married. If me and this beautiful woman, if she didn't endure some of the attitude that I had, or if I didn't endure some of the one she had, we won't be here. There is this unrealistic expectation people have about marriage. That is why I will keep on saying it. You must be emotional mature before you get married. So far, your husband is not cheating on you. So far, he is not beating you. So far, he is not emotionally abusing you. Every other thing can be endured. If I tell you some of the things this woman endured, for us to get to this stage we are, you will be shocked. Right? You know, there is this thing that is going on social media. Everybody have this: if I am not happy, there are times that you will walk into your house, you will see your wife, you won't even want to look at her. It happens. Right? It happens. The same thing that happens to me happens to her. It is unrealistic expectations. What is happiness? Because people feel that marriage is all rosy. If you walk into marriage, you'll be happy all the time. It is a fat lie.
Yeah.
You can get, just like they think that if you walk into marriage, you'll be having sex every day.
Yes.
There are months your this thing will not even rise. You will not even have libido to do anything. Right? So if you are going into marriage, have it that this is work. You know, when just like you have an office,
yes,
right now, there are days you will have profit. There are days everybody will be happy. There are days
of losses too. Yes.
Right? And that is the same thing with marriage. And the women of these days are not built to, I'm not saying they are not built to endure. They don't want to endure. Most of them, no, I'm not saying women. This generation, both men and women, don't want to endure. Right? If a woman is not submissive to a man, or you get married, you'll be shocked that most people are getting married now because they feel that if you get married, things will start working for you.
Yes.
I have a case right now where this guy sent the wife out of the house because he felt this woman is a bad luck to him. Right? So that expectation, on my page, I will never force anybody to get married. Anybody that wants to get married, you must have had this conviction within yourself that I am ready for this. When I wanted to get married, my father said it's a lie.
Okay.
He felt I couldn't do it. Right? It was only my mom that, she was partly in support. You know how women and their sons are. She was partly in support of me. Right? So my father felt I wasn't ready. But within me, I knew that I was ready. And before God and man, if I didn't marry this woman when I married her, by now I wouldn't have been married. I would just be honest. Right? But that's the truth. I wouldn't have. So the problem people are having now, it's not about enduring. You must endure in marriage. You must endure.
Be something to endure.
Right? There are habits that you work in, and as a man or as a woman, you'll be like, because marriage is an institution where you learn. There are things you learn and unlearn as a person.
Yeah.
Right? So it is usually unrealistic expectation that is causing a whole lot of things. It's not about enduring and whatever. Our parents endured because the reason why our parents, most of our mothers, let me use our mothers, endures is because they don't have the kind of platform they had now, and they don't have the kind of support most people now have. Right? You will see a woman will come and say that my husband is not romantic. Right? Most men are not romantic. And she will come online. Your husband doesn't beat you. Your husband doesn't cheat on you. He provides for you. He does everything for you. But you come out and say that your husband is not romantic. That is not a problem. You can actually teach him to be romantic.
Yes.
Right? Yes, my wife taught me how to be romantic. Sometimes I cannot even look this woman eyeball to eyeball.
Because a lot of things on your head.
Yes. Right? So unrealistic expectation is the reasons why people get into marriage within 1 year or 2 years. They are out. And they will come out on social media and tell you that you shouldn't get married. And which is bad. You cannot use because you want to climb Mount Everest and you couldn't do it. You are not discouraging others from doing it.
Yes.
And you will see once they come on social media, their voice will be so loud.
Yes.
They will have every other, but they are just like the other guy that has a school or university teaching men how not to give a woman. But is it possible that a woman that you love, you're not going to give her? Is it possible?
I don't think it's realistic
It's not
because
realistic.
no matter a woman's good intentions towards you, you will still spend.
You will definitely
even if she says, I'm not interested in your money,
exactly.
you will still spend.
Exactly. Also, women will say, most women will say, my money is my money. But if a woman likes a man,
yes.
if I tell you what this woman here have done.
Hold on a bit. You speak so highly of this, your wife. You speak so highly of her. Can you flash back to any particular thing that convinced you that she's truly the one? Maybe something she did, maybe before or in the marriage, that settled your heart. Probably after that first 2 years, you said you guys were having issues. Maybe then you were just having doubts. Is there any one thing you can just point hands to and say, it was after this one, I just settled in my mind. I don't need to look any further for any other person.
I've never said this on social media, but let me say it here.
Okay, please feel free.
Part of the money we used on our marriage
yes.
came from my wife.
That is
That time
beautiful.
poverty sat me down. Right?
Okay.
Part of my wife have virtually, that is why most of the times when I spend on her, when she asks me of money, I don't even think about it twice. Right? A woman that loves you will go out of her way to do things that you will sit in one corner and you start shedding tears. Right? There was a time I couldn't pay house rent. My wife sneaked back
Chai.
and paid that house rent. I came back then and I started crying. There was a day we didn't have money for food, and the only money I had. This is not. I'm not trying to say this for anybody to believe me.
Yeah.
My wife cooked obono soup with 400 naira.
400 naira.
Okra, not ogbono.
Okra.
Okay.
She cooked a very delicious okra soup.
When was this?
That's 2019.
219, right?
Yes.
That should be 219.
That's like 7 years ago.
Yeah.
Yes. 400 naira.
Wow.
So when I checked back and saw this sacrifice, someone that doesn't mean well for you, someone that doesn't love you, will not go that extreme.
And the food was edible, was eatable. You could
If you remember, 7 years ago, things were like affordable. You could buy crayfish.
Yeah, but not for 400 naira.
Yes.
Things 7 years ago, we still cook with thousands of naira.
Yeah.
It was without fish though, just crayfish.
Nothing, just barefoot. And I have, before I started my keke business, I drove keke in Enugu State.
Okay.
Right? And I remember the insults who used to give me that period.
And give me too.
I once worked in the bank, driving keke. For this woman, no send anybody.
Yeah.
She will enter that keke with pride.
Okay.
Right? So these are some of the things that if I look back,
I remember them.
Sometimes I shed tears because it takes genuine love for someone to do some of these things for you.
Yes, exactly.
Right? So if I take back and look at it and I say, I wish to tell God that if I do anything bad to this girl, she doesn't deserve it. I deserve to be punished severely.
Yeah. Okay. I was going to ask you about the Finished Men Association. We have so much heard about this name, Finished Men Association. And every time you hear that name, you always show up as the face. But so many other men have come to identify with that name, Finished Men Association. So what is it really all about? Can you shed a little light on it?
Okay. First of all, Finished Men.
Yes.
How that word came about.
Okay.
Is on the internet, when a man is seen in the kitchen helping the wife, or when a man is, maybe the wife is sick and the man says, let me go and help my wife wash her undies, or when you see a man
wash her undies,
yeah. Let's say they don't have washing machine to do the laundry, or when a man is seen changing diapers, or when they see a family oriented man, there is this word that comes out of some people's mind. It is either they call you a simp, or they call you a finished man. I think recently they started calling me a bomber.
Yes, I saw that.
Yes, they started calling me a bomber. Yes, or house boy.
Okay.
Right? So I noticed that when I say some of all these things that I say that I do in my house, which is normal thing. It's a normal thing that an adult can do for your wife and children, for your family, because I don't see it as anything, right? Even as I have help in my house, I still take out some times to do it so that my kids can learn it, right? So the word Finished Men came out from men who are seen doing those things, right? So instead of them, I noticed that they always use finished man. I say, instead of people to use this thing to insult me, let me take the title as the chairman of the Finished Man Association. So that is how this Finished Man thing started, right? So when I make a post and I noticed that my voice was seen, right, I started writing chairman, Finished Men Association because I am like the head.
Yes.
Because there are a lot of us. There are a lot of men like me.
The face.
Yes. So that is how the name come about. Right? So the organization that we started is just like those men that doesn't joke with their family. All right? Yes. Those men that doesn't joke with their wife. Those men that doesn't joke with their kids. So since most of us are shy to come out on the internet to say that, yes, I can do these things. I am doing it in my family. There's nothing wrong there. We're not formed an organization for us. Right? Just like this alpha male thing. Not that alpha male thing is that bad. Right? You know, when men, if you go in a gathering or you sit with some men that find joy in beating their wife, they usually have a second. They believe that the only way to correct a woman is when you hit her. And if I say it and I notice that you don't like it, you're not going to be part of me again. So those people that like doing short thing usually have a small community because they believe that the only way you can correct a woman is by hitting her. So we that don't hit our own wives, we that washes plates most of the times, we that washes even on this serpent most of the times. So we now take that title and formed those things. And to be honest, I was surprised because I used to think that when I was saying so, that I was not that I was the only one. I know that there are a lot of us, but I didn't know that we are many. Okay. Right? That we walk in the street of Enugu, people will approach him and say that I'm doing a good job. Not women, but men. Okay. Right? So I said, no, let's come together. That was even how we did our first gathering. And about 10, 15 guys came to my house that day. We had fun. So that is how the whole thing started. You said the Finished Man washes plate. That washes plate or that plate washing, is it figuratively or that other kind of plate washing? Yes, a finished man can wash both plates. A finished man can wash both plates. So Finished Man wash both plates. Both plates, yes. Okay, so as for the Finished Men Association, what message are you actually trying to pass out there with the organization? What is your message for the world out there? What's the message the organization is trying to pass out there? Okay, the message we are trying to pass out is that you can still be married and you cannot cheat on your wife. Is it possible to be married and not cheat? Yes, it is very, very, very possible. Not for 1 year. It is. You can even not do it for the rest of your life. For the rest of your life? Yes. Is it possible? It's very, very possible.
It's a decision.
It's a decision. Do you know that cheating is actually very easy, but not cheating is hard. It is.
No, continue.
It is a conscious effort that you've made within yourself. Because whatever you are looking outside, they're for house. But that's the truth. Right? Some men will say that after my wife gave birth and she now looks saggy, her stomach is now big, she's now fat. I used to ask those men that say these things, were your wife that way before you got married to her? What made her went out of shape? If not giving birth to a child you produced, both of you did me with and produced, right? I am using my wife as an example. Yes. Right? I am not saying this for anybody to copy my marriage. I'm just using what happens in my home to lay example. If you can take some few things and add to your own, if you cannot take, you can create your own, because I believe that marriage does not have a formula. There's no perfect formula in marriage. It is something that you create on your own and maybe run with it. When my wife gave birth to my last child, she started complaining that her tummy is now big, that she no longer, how did you say that again? That she doesn't even understand her body again. Okay. She would wake up sometimes in the midnight and she would start lamenting. So I knew that the only way, that is, if I join her in making sure that we are going and working out together, that there's a very high percentage that is good. She's going to slim down or go back to the shape she was before. Because I noticed she'll be looking at her old pictures and she'll be thinking that she's no longer attracted to me because of the way
she
has changed, right? So we started early morning jogging. Every morning, we'll do it 3 times in a week. We'll walk over how many kilometers? Sometimes 1, 2, 3, right? So that I can help her. Because I believe that both of us did this thing together.
Yes.
We think they go together, produce the baby that way. Because men hardly go out of shape.
Yeah.
Right? And some of all those men that says that they stopped being attractive to their wife because the woman is out of shape. Most of them still have pot belly.
Yeah.
Right? So in their mind, don't you think that your wife,
yes,
you cannot be attractive to your wife?
Yes. Yes.
Right? But they push it back to the woman. They will say she's I read one on Twitter. The man was saying that the woman was eating anyhow. Right? What do you expect a woman that just gave birth to do? She shouldn't eat. Because if you stay with woman and see the way the kids suck their breast and see the pressure that comes out of it, so they need to feed.
Yes.
So our message is this: we are preaching values, right? We are preaching that you can still even be an alpha male and you still be a responsible man.
Okay.
So the message we are preaching is, it's not even about people coming to join an organization. We just want to change the way most men are thinking.
Okay.
Right.
Can you really be an alpha male and be a finished man at the same time?
Of course.
Okay.
Of course. It is very, very possible. It's just like the word feminism.
Yes.
Right? I can be a feminist, but not the type that we see on the internet that hates men, that abuse men, right? Because feminism is just the equality between man and a woman. And most of the things that they are seeking for is the right of a woman in marriage. Women have rights in marriage, right? A woman is supposed to earn money, right? You cannot marry a woman that is a working class woman and you turn her into a housewife. There is a very possibility that marriage will crash.
Do you think a working class woman will respect the husband if all he does is stay back at home, take care of the kids, wash plates, cook, and make sure that the home is in order before she comes back?
Who does that?
Do you think a woman who is a working class woman will respect a man who cleans, cooks, takes care of the home, takes care of the children, bathes them before she comes back? Do you think when a woman has such freedom to just walk while the husband is the one taking care of these things, she will still respect the man?
Yes, but she is not expected to do it for a longer period of time.
Okay.
Right? There are rules in marriage.
Okay.
Right? It is the duty of a man to provide for his household.
Okay.
Right? That a man is doing it might be temporal. And the woman can still respect the man. There was a time she was earning more than me. In fact, in the first year of our marriage, she was earning more than me. Right? And I could remember there was never a day she used that against me. In fact, if we wanted to pay house rent, she will use my account. She will send the money to my account. The day she paid she sent the money to my account and pay it. If she wants me to give somebody money, she will not go and do it. That is where the usual problem comes. Okay. She will find a way and squeeze in that thing that she wants me to do.
Okay, so let me cut it short there.
Okay.
Speaking of earning more than you and all of that, there is a trending message on social media right now. There is this trending sermon where this pastor was saying, if you are a man earning 100,000 and your wife is earning 1 million naira, it's trending everywhere now. If you are a man earning 100,000 naira monthly and your wife is earning 1 million naira monthly, you as a man should divide your 100,000 into 2, give your wife one part, and keep the remaining 50,000 naira for yourself. Now, again, the wife is earning 1 million naira as her salary monthly. Then the man should divide. In fact, I shouldn't ask you this question. Let me ask SGM, please. Let me ask you this question. Okay, so there is a trending message on social media right now, where a pastor is saying, or a pastor is seen saying, he was giving advice to his congregation. So he said, if you are a man earning 100,000 naira monthly, and your wife is earning 1 million naira monthly. You see the gap?
Mm-hmm.
He said, you as a man should divide that your income into two. Give 50,000 naira to your wife and keep the remaining 50,000 naira for yourself. Mind you, the woman is going to keep her 1 million naira for herself. Do you believe in that as a woman, please?
Personally, I don't believe in that.
Okay.
That's why they say curate your own formula in marriage.
Okay.
And I'm going to speak from a woman's point of view. It's outright wickedness.
Okay.
From a woman to see that you're earning 1 million, your husband is earning 100,000.
Please, I need you to say that again, and I need you to say it louder so that your voice will come in there.
Okay. So, just like they say,
you were saying
your own
it is
formula. Is outright wickedness.
Okay.
Except the woman is not aware that what her husband is earning is 100,000.
Okay.
For me, it's wickedness. Like you're earning far more than this man is earning, and you're seeing him struggle.
Yeah.
A man that doesn't have can be kind to his wife from the little he has.
Yes.
Because of course, for you to be entrusted with something big, you have to show workings with the small one.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying that the man shouldn't give his wife from the little he has or give his wife at all because he's earning small.
Yeah.
But making it like a rule that, because I'm the man, I should bring 50. That's the pastor's formula. Me, I don't know if that's how it should work. Okay. But I think when you look at it in the humanity kind of way, it's wickedness. Like you're seeing this man struggle with 100,000 and you have 1 million.
1 million.
What are you using your 1 million for? Okay, that's where the partnership comes in marriage. For me, that's my own personal opinion. Okay. So as a human being, you're seeing that, my partner is struggling and I have this thing in excess. So why should he now bring from the little he has to fill you up? You're overpouring and his own is empty. So for me, I just think is not reasonable. Okay. There's no balance. It's not reasonable.
That's a very beautiful response. And I'm sure our viewers will be so interested in hearing what you have to say about that. Yes, please put in one or two.
I am talking to ladies now.
Okay.
If you are entering marriage with the idea that your money is your money.
Yes.
And the organ's money is our money.
Yeah.
You're wicked.
Mm-hmm.
Number one. Number two, don't bother getting married. It is wickedness.
Yeah.
That I don't want to talk about the aspect of that pastor.
Yeah. Let's just leave the pastor aside and just talk about the message.
It is outright wickedness.
Yes.
That you are earning 1 million and your husband is earning 100,000. Right? Yes, a man can say, I am contributing to the affairs of the house.
Yeah.
I can bring out, I can even say bring out 30,000 or even bring out 50,000. But if you know that your husband is earning 100,000 and you're expecting your husband, not that your husband is not supposed to contribute the little that he has, and we're expecting that your husband will bring his own money to feed the house while you keep yours to yourself.
Yes.
I think it would be better to put it this way. So let's say from the angle of the pastor, if the man is bringing the 50,000, for example, and let's say the 50,000 is supposed to cover for things in the home, and the woman knows that 50,000 will not be enough. I know there are so many women that will be like, this money is not enough. You have to work hard and stuff like that. Yeah. Now, this is where wisdom comes in for you to now bring your own, that one you have, and pad up the one he has given you. So more like multiplying what he has given you.
Yeah.
Okay. So for me, I think
so if the man is bringing maybe 50,000, you should bring at least something.
You should bring something. So people shouldn't live on that 50,000 and then struggle, and because you struggling is like mounting more pressure on him to, or maybe feel less of himself. Yeah. Of course, a man's ego is when he provides, right? Yes. So for me, I just if the man brings you, on the other hand, with your 1 million, you should multiply the 50,000 he's giving you so that the home runs smoothly. Okay. So everything is just balancing it.
That's a beautiful.
Where I think is my issue might arise is that, let's say the man is earning 100,000 and the man doesn't contribute anything
at all,
right?
He doesn't want to.
Yes, maybe he's into one kind of an addiction. Maybe he's using his money carelessly. That is where I could say there's there's a problem.
There's a problem.
Yes.
Right? But not, no.
The gap is too much.
It's too much. Right?
Okay, so there's another trending issue too online. Is also a discussion I came across. Okay, so these are two people, a husband and a wife. They got married, or they're about to get married. Two people who are about to get married. The wife or the woman, the wife to be, already has a house. She has a house. The man doesn't have a house, but he can rent, or maybe he's on rent already. Where should the couple live after marriage? Should the man move in to go and live in the wife's house with the wife there and start their family there in the wife's house? Or should the both of them move in to the man's rented apartment, his house, to go and start their family there? So this conversation has actually been trending on social media in recent time, causing serious divisions between relationship experts and marriage experts. But I'd like to hear your opinions on that. If you were to be a house owner, if you were to own a house.
Okay, owning a house.
Yes, the lady has.
Not like the lady rented.
Yes, the lady already has her own house.
The answer
And
is
the man-
easy.
The man is living on a rented apartment. Where should the family move in?
It's a
to
very
start their
easy
own
answer.
family?
It's very
Okay.
easy.
So you give me your opinion. You give me
It would
your.
have been difficult if maybe the lady rented, or maybe, but she lives in a bigger space. She owns the house.
Yes.
And what's marriage? Two becoming one.
Okay.
So if she owns the house and her husband is renting, or he doesn't have a house, but they will rent, they are now one.
Okay. Just hold on.
Okay.
Mr. Kelvin, I'm going to ask you to think deeply on that question. From a man's perspective, she has said from the aspect of a woman, she don't see anything wrong with it. But you, from the aspect of a man, all right?
Okay.
Especially in our African culture,
Yes.
would you advise a man to move in to the wife's house to start up their family there?
This is why you should also know who you marry. If who you marry is the kind of person that will always maybe shame you for a decision you took in the earlier times of your marriage, or in the early part of your marriage, then I don't think you're married to a partner. You're married to somebody that's
Married
working
your
against
enemy.
you.
Okay, let Mr. Kelvin
Yes.
answer. Let's say your son walked up to you tomorrow and said, Dad, I found the lady I want to marry. She has a house in Banana Island, or she has a house in Enugu, somewhere there. And I want to move into her house after the marriage. What advice do you have for him?
If my son doesn't have a house, if my
Yes.
son is living in a rented apartment,
Yes.
and the wife has a house,
Yes.
she owns.
Yes.
And if he comes back and tell me that he's not moving into the house, I will tear him a hot slap. Except, this is where this African mentality comes in. Because most men will be like, if I move into this house,
Yes.
she will start using it to insult me.
Okay.
Except you married a witch. Except you don't know who you married to. Marriage is partnership. You are marrying to become one. So why should there be a reason why you won't move into her house?
Do you think a woman will still respect you after you move into her house as a man?
Depends on the woman.
It depends on a woman that doesn't respect the man.
Yes.
Why is she not in the marriage in the first place?
Okay.
What is there? This is a starting point. You are just opportune. I saw there's this people that does podcast too. I think it's not more like a podcast. They just come as a group. And this guy said that when he got married to the wife, that the wife's family and the wife is more richer than him. That he had to move into their house. From there, they built their own house.
Okay.
Right? And they have this house, they have it too. And they started renting one. That it was from the help of the wife that he became who he is today. It is ego. It is this alpha male mentality that the woman will see me less. That is why you should know who you are getting married to in the first place before you can do such thing. If the person you are getting married to is the type that she will start insulting you,
Then don't.
then there's no need. Stay, both of you, don't even get married in the first place.
Okay.
That's just the thing. So I don't see it as anything. If you know who you got married to and you know that this person
Will not.
I don't think it's something that you even need to ask anybody. It's something that a normal person is supposed to do. It is common sense that your wife is earning more than you. Your wife has a good apartment more than you, and you are living in a bacha. For you to now retain your masculine man, you will now want her to go and be living in a bacha with you. No woman will do that. I wouldn't even advise my daughter to do that.
And again, you know, when it comes to wealth, who is more wealthy than the other person?
Yeah.
It could be that the wife's wealth or whatever she has is already manifesting in monetary form or monetary value. But a man who is wealthy in mindset, but maybe the thing has not materialized yet, you cannot come and start saying, oh, let me not move in. Because I think it still boils down to that ego thing and self-esteem issue.
Yes.
If you know where you're going to, and you know that this is just a phase, that your wife has a house and you don't have a house, does not mean you will never have a house.
Yeah.
You know where you're going. Do you understand? You can, for me, I think is just it's more of an ego problem than a disrespect problem.
Okay.
If people actually knows the reason why they are getting married, I don't think that should even be a problem in the first place. Right? Because anyway, let me not go there.
Okay, coming back to the Finished Men Association, or just the Finished Man in particular.
Okay.
You have spoken so much about them. I have this particular question. Is there a line between being a finished man, in your own definition, and someone whose wife takes advantage of him? Is there a line between being a finished man and someone whose wife takes advantage of him? Because the society, or rather some women, let me not just use the society. Some women, when a man is humble enough to assist in the house chores, assist in doing this, doing that, some women will just leave that for you. For instance, you wake up in the morning and when you're supposed to be going to work or preparing to go to work, your wife will just on her own, doesn't care, will not even show interest, will not even do like you are there, or assist in preparing. After all, not be two hands mute and gets, not be two of us still on the children. If he no go take care of himself, making the there. So is there really, is that what you really call a finished man, or someone whose wife is just taking advantage of him?
That's not what I call a finished man.
Okay.
No. That is a different message, right?
Okay.
Yes, if your wife is taking advantage of the fact that you are helping at home, that is, you are no longer a finished man. You are a finished man that is being abused. You are a finished man that is being abused, right? So
Okay.
I think there should be a thin line between being a finished man and a woman taking advantage of that, right? If you notice that you are doing this thing and
Your wife is not.
and your wife is not reciprocating, right? Because being a finished man means that your wife is cooking in the kitchen, you come in the kitchen and you help your wife cook. Sometimes you cook, right? Even if you decide to be cooking all the time, it's not bad. But when your wife now say
It's your duty.
it's
Stay
not
at, your wife can say, stay at home and be planning fufu while she's out there gossiping with her friends.
she's not even working.
Yeah.
It's not, you're no longer a finished man. You are being abused in your home, right? No, that's not what we stand
So
for.
there's a line between them.
Yes, there should be a very thin line between the both of them. I don't support that one.
So let me add to what he said.
Okay.
So in like the society we live in, marriage, and we've heard very funny stories. And I think the one I heard recently was a woman who went out and the kids were hungry. The kids were with the man, the father, her husband. And the kids were hungry. They were supposed to eat at a particular time, let's say 2 p.m.
Yeah.
But because maybe traffic or one other thing, the woman delayed. And the man was like, come and feed the kids. It's not my duty. Like waiting for his wife to come and feed
their own children.
Yes. So when you have kindness taken away from a person because you're trying to fit into a certain role that society has set, then that's when it becomes so bad. And I think the message the Finished Men Association are trying to pass out is you can still provide for your family and still be present in the
the
life
lives
of your children, in the life of your wife, in the home in general, instead of just, throwing money and that's it. But then when it comes to that presence, and how do you show presence? Actually, not, I won't call it help. I don't like when people use the word help. This is like a duty. You're a parent to this person. And that's why when marriage, you complement each other. Just like, for example, a man that has, let's say, financial problems, and a woman that can fill in for the meantime. You fill in, that's where partnership comes in. The same thing is applicable. A woman that, okay, let's say, okay, let me just use like an instance in my own house.
Yeah.
There was a time I was attending to a customer, and we needed to like do things very fast so that I'll just discharge the person. And I think that was either my second child. She was crying and she had messed herself up. I feel it would be like inhuman for the father to see that, oh, mommy is on maybe an important call with a client, or mommy is doing something, she's not available at that time, and the child is uncomfortable. But because you have this mindset that, oh, doing this is the
Beneath
woman's,
you.
no, not just beneath you, it's the woman's duty, it's her role. I'm not going to do it. I'm going to wait for her to come. Meanwhile, your child is uncomfortable, is cranky. Do you understand? And
Yes.
crying at the top of her voice. I think is
inhuman.
yes, you have to be kind to do so. For what we have seen, some men are not kind enough to want to fill in for their wives when maybe the wife is not available, or maybe the wife is sick or something. You just see them, they say, no, I can't do this because it's not my role. So your wife is not feeling fine. She can't dress up the kids for school. But because you feel it's not your role, you can't do it. It's beneath you. So for me, it's not like making it his complete duty, but when you are close enough to do it than the other person, you feel it immediately. Same thing applies for financial responsibilities. So
Yeah.
that's just
What I want
it.
to chip in is, if you expect your wife to help you when you are down,
Yeah.
and she's helping you, it is inhuman that your child will need you at home, and you see that your wife is busy doing something. You know you fully well
Or not
that you
available.
can do those things that your wife used to do, and you don't do it. It is inhuman and wickedness.
Okay.
Right? That is what I am preaching.
Okay.
That is the angle where I am coming at.
Okay. Many people say the kind of what you are preaching with the finished man benefits the woman and nothing for the man. It doesn't bring anything to the table for the man.
Mm-hmm. It benefits both couple.
It benefits.
Yes, it benefits both couple, because when you bond with your children,
okay,
who reaps the fruit at the end of the time?
And being a finished man will help you bond with your children.
Yes, I bond with my children. I play with. In fact, in my house, my children knows me as the person that goes out. Like when it's time to go and take them to the playground, know me as the guy that takes them to the playground. Okay. When they are sleeping and it's time to take them to their room, I am the one that does it.
Okay.
So I don't see it as it's not not something that anybody should.
The whole idea of finished man is more like not repeating patterns that generations
before you.
Yes, because if you are being sincere, why is it that even as a man, when they say between your father and your mother, who will you go for first? You see, even as a man, you go for your mother. So why didn't you go for your father? What did your father do that made you not to choose him?
Yes.
How can you change that pattern? And if you start tracing it down to, was he available as a man, aside the financial aspect, because yes, most men provided, but you've come to see that it's not just about throwing money, just giving. There are other things, emotional involvement that should take place, that if you don't do it, your child will go and choose the mother and leave you there. So how can you as a man, you've seen this thing play out in most families, by the way, you've seen this thing play out in with your parents' marriage. How can you change it? So it's just not repeating patterns. Is that's just what
there's something I want to say.
Okay, go on, please.
Okay, we can go on until I will now remember that thing I wanted to say. I want to say.
Okay. Today's marriage. Most people say today's marriage benefits the woman. Do you have the same opinion?
Marriage benefits.
Do you think there is something in marriage for a man? Because most people get married to women whom they are better than. So women get financial benefits if there is any way tomorrow the union never crash, the woman lives with the children. Most times they get the custody of the children. The woman lives with the children. The woman lives with 50% of the man's wealth, 50% of the man's properties. And sometimes the man will still continue to pay the woman for a very long period of time, if not for life. So, what is it exactly that is in marriage presently for the man? What is it that the man stands to get? Is there really anything in marriage for the man right now?
Yes, there's a lot.
Can you tell me some of them?
First of all, the children takes your name.
Okay, but you can actually get children from outside to bear your name.
That's still the same.
You can adopt without being in marriage.
But it is part of why people get married.
Okay.
Right? Marriage benefits both spouse. I wouldn't say it benefits the woman or it benefits the man, but if we are being critical,
yes,
if we are to be honest with ourselves,
okay,
anybody that say marriage doesn't benefit women or doesn't benefit man, you married a lady. Some women will drop their career just to give birth to your child. Is that not sacrifice? Some of them will leave their house. You also go to Kaduna and marry a woman. They will leave their parents' house. You are not going there to live. She will leave her parents' house and come down to, let's say, Lagos or the state you are living and come and stay with you. Is that not sacrifice? Right? You married her. She comes and changes her surname and bears your surname.
But today's women don't change their surnames anymore.
That's that. I don't know why they are not doing it though. Okay. But the normal marriager will know.
Yes.
You are supposed to change your name.
Okay.
Right? So if you check all those things, you will see that marriage benefits not just the man, it benefits both couples.
So if a young man comes to you and said he's caught between getting married and not getting married, he has everything he needs in life. He's wealthy. He's well made. He can have babies if he wants from outside using a baby mama. He is well made, and he comes to you and said he's in a dilemma. He's in between choosing marriage and not choosing marriage. Would you advise him to choose marriage?
Marriage is a personal decision.
But would you advise it?
I would advise anybody to get married because at the end of the day, what are we suffering for? It is to have a family. It is to have a wife that you come back to. It is to have children that once you open the door, they will shout, Daddy. Marriage is beautiful, but it has thorns, right? It's a personal decision. I would advise anybody.
Okay.
From your own experience.
From my own experience,
yes.
Not because anybody can just wake up. There are seen people that say that they don't want to get married.
Okay.
It's your own personal opinion. But if
you advise
you,
yes,
you have everything that you need.
Yes.
And you want, I'll advise you from my own personal experience.
You pitch marriage.
I will tell you to embrace it.
Okay.
Because anyway, you can say something.
So from when you asked the question, from what you listed, I think it's not in this our Nigeria.
Yes.
Where the man would pay for child support, the woman goes with the kids, and what else? You said something else. He shares his property, 50%, and all that.
Yes.
Is it in our Nigeria?
Of course, it's everywhere.
In this our Nigeria.
If the legal processes are well followed.
So there's another thing going on right now where women are saying, if you are leaving, leave the kids with him. So for women to be saying leave the kids with him, that means there's something the man is enjoying that a woman going with the kids is not enjoying. And that thing, if we are being sincere, is freedom. So taking care of kids, emotional involvement, even financial involvement. And if we are being sincere, in Nigeria, I'm speaking for Nigeria because this is where I am.
Yes.
Most people are not bringing that child support when a marriage is no more.
Okay.
Do you understand? So, when you say that, I think you're saying it for people outside, that's well-developed countries.
No, I'm speaking on a general term.
Okay, on a general term.
Yes.
If a man and a woman is no more divorced, in as much as the woman goes with the kids, anyhow you want to look at it, both the man and the woman, they are losing out on something very valuable.
Yeah.
Yes, they are. They are losing out because the woman goes with the kids, taking care of the kids. Like you don't have your freedom as you would have if you were single. The man has his freedom. So to make up for that freedom that the woman does not have, he should bring the money. So I don't think the man is losing entirely because he has freedom to pursue his career. He doesn't have them calling him in school to say, "Oh, your baby is sick, come and carry your baby," and things like that. So when you try to let me say, liquidate that time the woman is spending for the kids and that emotion she's investing, the man should bring the money. Yes. So he's not losing out completely.
Most women,
look at it.
most women will cost their life the moment
to be taking care of those
children.
To be
taking care of kids. I've seen several women that, in fact, most men are using that to punish a woman because they know that barely. There's this thing that goes on the internet now where people say, "Don't marry a single mom." That's the But a single father can get married
as many times as possible.
And when the children are no longer with the man has privileges to do whatever he wants.
His career,
but a woman cannot do that because she has children. So now, women of these days, most of them now
leave the child.
Leave the child. I've seen one that they left the child for. I know that one personally. The man wanted to run mad. Right, he had to beg the woman to come back.
Okay.
Right. So
okay. Mr. Kelvin. Are you a feminist? Okay. You've heard you are familiar with the term feminism that is on social media. So are you a feminist?
I wouldn't say I'm a feminist.
But your views seem to favor women more.
I am just preaching on fairness.
That's
marriage.
Feminism.
I know it's feminism. The word feminism, there is how we understand the word feminism in Nigeria. When they say you're a feminist, it's like you hate men.
Yes.
And you want to pay back.
You're anti-men.
I'm anti-men. I'm not anti-men.
Okay.
I actually want men to be better. That is why, because I became better. If I was the man I used to be, I might not even be married till now. Right? So you might say I am 5% or 10% feminist.
He doesn't agree that it's a feminist.
I don't want to use that word.
Yes.
But
feminism is not a bad word. It's just that the people that are
championing
it now, they are too extreme. Like they hate men. Like there are some things that even me as a woman, when I see my fellow woman write or say, I'll be like, now, wow. Like now, or like, why would you say this? So you're a feminist, baby. I agree with you. You are.
I am not
the good feminist, not the other one.
Okay, Mrs. Joy.
Yes.
What is your stand on submission in marriage? Do you believe that women should submit to their husbands?
Just like we just talked about feminism.
Yes,
now.
This one is submission in marriage.
Yes, we have the submission that is close to slavery.
Okay.
And that's the mindset most men have when they say a woman should submit.
Yes.
If you look at what they understand by submission, it could be equated to slavery. For example, why should your wife quiver when you come in? Why should your wife not have an opinion in the home or not have an opinion in even your own life as a person? Like, why should you take decisions and even if you're not seeking for permission from your wife, at least run it through by her?
Yes.
Oh, what do you think?
Yeah.
What do you think in this? You married a human being. You did not marry a machine. You did not marry an animal. So most men's understanding of submission is a woman that shuts up when they talk, a woman that doesn't speak when they speak, or a woman that doesn't stand when they are standing, or a woman that it's more like a master and slave kind of relationship. But for me, submission is one word: respect.
Okay.
When you respect your husband as a person, when you're kind to your husband, when you see him as most women when they say, oh, when they hear the word submission, because of how it has played out, they feel like, oh, you're trying to subdue me. But for me, submission is just that respect, seeing your husband as a person, submitting to his, I'm trying to escape the word submission.
Okay.
Trying to follow his leadership, trusting his leadership, because it's more like, there has to be a leader in the home. Two people, of course, cannot pilot this thing. There has to be a leader. And that's why it's very important for you to choose who you marry. Because whether you like it or not, you must follow that person as your leader. And that's where submission comes in. But most people, whether you're a good leader or not, they want to, whether the man is a good leader or not. So you can't be driving me inside fire and expect me to follow you.
Okay.
So if the woman does not follow you inside fire, you now say, oh, she's not submissive. But no, you have not become a good leader for her to want to follow you and respect your opinion.
What makes up the concept of marriage for you? Where do you glean towards the most when it comes to the concept of marriage? Do you glean towards the Western culture of marriage or the African culture of marriage?
It's a combination of both.
It's a combination of both. So do you believe that a man should kneel to propose to the woman he wants to marry?
That's why I say, curate your own formula.
Okay.
A man can kneel.
Okay.
And propose to you. Wait. A man can kneel and propose to you, but that doesn't make him a good person or a good husband.
Okay.
Or it doesn't make him the right person for you. Or I've seen people that didn't kneel. My husband knelt too, but it doesn't mean that if he did not kneel, I'll be like, you didn't kneel, you didn't do it right. Meanwhile, this man is kind to you, he's doing everything he's supposed to do, and your problem is just that he did not kneel down. So for me, I don't think it's a must that a man must kneel to propose to a woman. I don't think it's a must. It's irrelevant. It's very irrelevant.
I think it's a personal decision if you want to kneel. And if a man did not kneel to propose to you, that doesn't mean that this person is a wicked person. Right?
Didn't do it.
Yes. That's why sometimes
just like you said, most people are not romantic. They have to learn these things.
Yes.
So for a man not to kneel and propose, it doesn't make him a bad person per se. It could just be that he's his person. He doesn't want to adopt that. Or maybe he's not as, maybe them they are romantic, but he's still learning the ropes. So I don't see it as a big deal.
A man who stands to propose to you can still show you love more than
the man who
lays on the floor or even lay on the floor to propose to you. Right? So I think we shouldn't normalize, not that it is bad, because we are mixing both the Western culture and our own African culture. Right? And we're mixing it up. But if we say we are not mixing it up, that means we shouldn't be doing wedding. Right? We shouldn't be doing wedding. So I don't think somebody should say, if you don't need to propose to me. I've seen a couple of clips on the internet where they will be sitting and eating. The man will just drop it on the table. The man will sit and she will shout. The Western culture, not African. So if an African woman now comes and say, you're supposed to kneel to propose to me, and
it becomes rigid.
It becomes rigid, and you say it is a must. You don't want to get married now. Right? And somebody can just say, because men do it now. Somebody told me that he wants to get married to this girl so that he can subdue him. So he will do a lot of things to even get married to you. And in that marriage, you will see shaggy in that marriage. So it's not a criteria for.
I feel it's inconsequential whether you kneel or not. Are you a good person?
That's the thing.
Whether you kneel or not. How good are you?
Do you believe that a man must have more money than the woman before getting married to her? Because in our society today, people tend to have these mindsets about women who has more money than a man. They said, don't marry her. If you marry her, she will not respect you. Don't marry her. If you marry her, you will be the wife in the relationship. What's your opinion on that?
Let me still use my wife as an example. She was earning more than me when I got married.
No, you said that was your first year of marriage. Well, we are talking about before you married her.
Okay. Come again with that person. Let me understand.
Someone wants to get married, but the lady is earning more than him. Do you think he should go on in that marriage?
I don't really see it as a problem.
Okay.
If she's earning more than you, it's even a leverage for you, because there's a possibility. I believe that light gets light. There's a possibility that if your wife is earning more than you, she can influence you earning. If you understand what partnership in marriage is all about, and your wife also understand what partnership.
You don't think that will lead to disrespect in the union?
I don't think that it still boils down to the person you are getting married to.
Okay.
People sometimes don't know who they are getting married to, and they will intentionally get married to a wicked person, and they will come and generalize that all women are bad.
Yeah.
That you have an experience with one person that probably is wicked to you doesn't mean that all other persons are wicked. So if she's any more than you, it is
disrespect.
it is God have ordained it that way, that she's any more than you. You cannot change the fact that she's any more than you. So it is now left for you to now say, okay, since you're not any more than me, there's a possibility that if I learn some of the things my wife, I can be motivated to earn. My wife can influence me to earn. The goal is not to even have a family where I am the one earning more than I am the one earning more than. No, it should just be balanced. It's just partnership.
Okay.
Nobody should even know who is earning more than who.
Okay. SGM.
Yes, sir.
I'm going to ask you these questions directly.
Okay.
Your husband or your brother, in the order of who you revere, your husband or your brother. You are to pick one, not explain. Your husband or your brother.
My husband.
I mean your elder brother, not your smaller brother.
My husband.
Your brother who is older than your husband.
My brother who is older than
your husband.
Who do I revere?
Who would you respect or revere more?
My husband.
Your father or your husband?
My husband.
Your pastor or your husband?
My husband. Jeez.
Your pastor.
If
or
you
your
know
husband.
me, my husband.
Again, your pastor or your husband?
My husband.
Okay, do you know why I had to ask you this question?
My husband is my pastor.
Do you know why I had to ask you this question? Most women revere their pastors more than their husband. Even their father, their biological father. Their elder brothers at home more than their husband that they are living with. But it's worst when it comes to church, religion, relationship. You see, most women will kneel
for their pastor
to greet their pastor.
But they cannot.
But they will even jack their husband by the throat the moment he's coming home. So what's your opinion on pastor and husband headship in the home? If your husband said, don't go out today, your pastor said, go, Jare, God is with you, nothing will happen today. Whose own will you listen
I will even be angry at my pastor if he tells me not to go when my husband says I should go.
Okay.
Do you understand?
Yeah.
My pastor is a husband to another woman.
Beautiful.
And I believe that the woman respects him over every other. So why should you now come and be causing asunder? Is that not what you preach on the pulpit? When what God has joined together, let no man put. You too, you are a man. Why should you put asunder between I and my husband? So for me as a person, but I know it's an issue out there.
It's a very serious issue.
Most women, they'll say, my pastor said I should not marry this man. And then they will not marry the man. Or my pastor said. It's a problem. Like, especially the prayer house kind of pastor, the ones that see things and say, oh, I saw that your husband is a this, or I saw that your wife is a this. That's like a huge problem.
Yes.
My husband before my pastor. That's if my pastor is even second.
Okay. Mr. Kelvin, did you hear your wife?
I heard that.
So if you were to be in church, you know, I have come across this last thing she said several times. I've come across situations where people will give you prophecy that your wife is the cause of your problem. Or that your wife came from a place where her family, maybe her family history, family pattern, or all kinds of names they call it, is the reason that you are not moving forward or suffering from what you are suffering. And maybe when you got married, things actually became tough. And then somebody comes up with this narrative that is the reason you are not moving forward. How would you take that? You are a Christian, right?
Yeah, very much.
Okay.
Christian. In fact, my father is a pastor.
Okay, that's beautiful.
And he met me in church.
And I met her.
That's beautiful.
I believe that nobody has the right to tell you who to marry or not. There is nobody that has that right. Even your pastor does not have any rights. And I will still say it again. There is no human being. Yes, people can cause you to be broke if you are rich, if you are careless.
Okay.
Right? Because let's say I married a wife that is extravagant in spending. I should hopefully have a limit on how I bring money in the house.
No, it's not from the physical aspect of it.
The
We are now
spiritual
saying
aspect.
people telling you that your wife is maybe Mami Water. That's the name they call it in the streets there in churches. Or that your wife is has a spiritual husband. That is the reason you are poor.
I don't mean me personally.
Do you believe in stuff like that?
I do not believe in stuff like that. In fact, they are. If you say those things in front of, if I'm in church and any pastor says it, I will just stand up and walk away. I don't believe in that. Right? I don't believe that the woman you got married to, like that boils down to what I said earlier, that most people are getting married with an expectation. Most men are getting married with an expectation because most churches have sold this thing in their mind that if you get married, that things will turn around for you. Marriage will amplify your laziness if you're a lazy person.
Yeah.
Right? So if you're walking into a marriage with the goal that you are broke, you are not doing anything to get out of that brokenness.
Yeah.
If you are still, you don't wake up 6 a.m. or 7 a.m. to, think about your life.
Yes.
Then you want to get married
So
to
it's a
another poor
change.
woman so that a poor woman will not make a poor person to be rich. Then you are somehow not okay mentally.
It will double it.
Yes, marriage will amplify a lazy man. So somebody saying that if you get married and you are rich, or a woman caused you to be
First of all, were you rich before you got married?
That's the point.
So why should you now blame her for you remaining poor?
That is the thing.
Yeah.
So you should actually blame yourself. I don't believe in that ideology that a somebody pastor will. No, there are some. Our religious leaders. There should be a limit to this type of preachings, because it has a way. It has a way of affecting the members.
Okay. You said your husband is a feminist.
But he has not agreed yet.
Yes, a feminist that has not agreed by the title.
Unofficial feminist.
Yes, and I think the main reason he has not agreed fully is because he knows that there are some other persons, maybe bitter feminists or something. So what's your idea of a healthy feminist?
Just fairness. Fairness in so many things. First of all, why did feminism even become a thing? There were times when a woman could not vote. She didn't have bank accounts. If a woman made money, they had to pay through the husband. And that was even when that master-slave kind of marriage was booming because of, when you take away means of, how would I put it? Means of survival, means of, especially when it has to do with finances, then you can subdue a person. So, fairness in general. Fairness, that's just this thing for feminism.
Okay, so
and when they talk about feminism and they say equality, no matter how you want to look at it, we have different roles to play.
Yes.
Just like our body is different biologically, so is other aspects different. We can never be the same.
Okay, so you don't belong to this category of women that rejoices when something bad happens to a man and they say it's good, he should experience it. I'm going to give you an example. I was in a situation with a real life feminist. We were all watching a TV. And so all of a sudden news came up that a man has just been raped in a particular country. And this lady was like, yes, they should experience it too to know how it feels like. A man should experience it too to know how it feels like. And that statement got to me. I'm like, does a man have to experience rape
to know what it feels
what it feels like?
I think everything is just mirroring.
Okay.
Mirroring. Just like when something bad happens to you, you choose to react. Like you choose to either learn from it or become bad or become worse. Just like, for example, upbringing. So many people grew up in very bad environments. They grew up in very bad setting.
Yeah.
But some of them were able to use that their upbringing to make better things for themselves. And you still see people who say, oh, I'm like this, I'm this terrible because of my upbringing, because of my background. Same thing is applicable. Feminism, because of history, society, just like this example you gave now, a man being raped and a woman rejoicing.
Yeah. I saw it with my
That's
two
yes,
eyes.
that's like the extreme part, like the way the woman is reacting to.
Would you call that what Chimamanda called
No.
bitter feminists?
That's bitter. Yes, that's bitter feminist.
Okay.
So you're like, it's just for example, like now when a man cheats on his wife and then other people are saying, oh, she should pray, she should go to war room, she should do this. A bitter feminist response when a woman cheats on a man, instead of maybe pitying the man or saying, oh, this woman didn't do well, my gender didn't do well, they'll be like, oh, he should go to the war room, he should pray. So for me, I think it's just mirroring what has been done to women in the past. Like, so instead of you now thinking from a human point of view, you're not thinking from they have done it to us, so let them feel it. So you know, that kind of thing. So it's counterproductive if you look at it. It's not really moving us forward. Instead, the war or the what was it called? The anger between male and female is even worsening. Instead of us to find a middle ground. Oh, this thing you did to me is not good though. You've seen now, they've done it to you. Have you seen how it is? I'm not happy they did it to you because I know it's a bad thing.
Yeah.
But the bitter feminist will now be like, yes, this thing you did to me is bad, and I'm glad you're experiencing it. That's like mirroring what they've done to you and responding in a negative way, which is not moving us forward.
Okay.
Won't you ask that person that said that he is happy that it happened to
a man?
Ask that lady, will you be happy if it happens to your brother?
Okay, so I'm going to take these questions from your followers, questions they're asking in the comment sections of the post we put out, asking them for their questions. So I'll just take a few of them before we come to the end of this session. So this particular question is coming to you, SGM, from one of your followers, Ngozi Asolibe. I don't know if I pronounced that name correctly. So Ngozi, if you are watching this, I'm sorry if I didn't pronounce the name correctly. So her question is this, or her questions are these. When your marriage was in its crisis, what made you to stay back? Who did you complain or run to for advice? What is that secret special thing you used and still using to make your hobby more finished? Because I think she meant to write a typical, but she wrote a topical Igbo man will not agree to be a finished man. What advice do you have for the singles who wants to marry a finished man?
Wow.
This question is coming from
I'll start with the first three, and then you rephrase.
I'll go over the ones
yes,
again.
You go back again. So when my marriage was in
crisis, what made you to stay back?
Okay, so
who did you complain to or run to for advice?
When you get into marriage, and even when we took our vows, they say for better, for worse.
Yes.
Okay, of course, we always pray for better. And then when they say worse, you ask yourself, this worse they are talking about, where is it coming from? Is it like worse that is coming from life? Of course, life will always throw curveballs at you. Or is it worse that is coming from your partner? For us, it wasn't like a partner kind of worse.
Yeah.
It was lifing. Yes. Okay. So my marriage being in crisis, I wouldn't say, I know he came out and said, there were times when he would say he's not doing again. But that was just, for me, I think if we look at the matter critically, it was just life that was, showing us shaggy at that time and our reaction to it. So that was like the worst in marriage. Not the worst where your partner is beating you, your partner is being abusive and not willing to change. There's one thing let's say you made a mistake in marriage and then you're willing to change even after apologies. So for me, marriage is a dedication, is a commitment, is a decision I had taken. And like I said, I'm a loyalist. I can pursue something till the very end. Mm-hmm. So because I understood that it's not a check-in, check-out kind of situation, it's something that you go in for and you stay there no matter what life throws at you, no matter the worst, like not the intentional worst that the person is giving to you, but what life is throwing, because you don't know what you're going to expect when you get into marriage. You might be doing so well and one thing will happen and then you're down there. How do you maneuver? How do you navigate?
Was there any person in particular you usually complain to or go to for advice?
I wouldn't say. That's why it's very good for you to surround yourself with very good people. and intelligent people, because there will be times where it will just be too much on me. And I'll call my best friend and say, this is what is going on. What can you say? And they give you very, wonderful advice that would even help you in life. So that's one of the reasons why you should be very careful who you're speaking to, especially for marital issues. Of course, we don't know everything.
Yeah.
Sometimes you want to see things from another angle, and sincerely, there'll be times when you say, no, you're at fault, or in this one, go and apologize. This is how you should do it. If you listen to my advice, so somebody else is seeing it from another point of view that you might not be seeing, because you're be clouded by emotions.
Exactly.
So that's why it's good for you to surround yourself with good people, people that can always guide you.
Her third question, she said, what is that secret special thing you used or you are still using to make your husband more finished?
I did not use anything.
You did not use doggy.
Hey, Jesus. I did not use anything. It's his own. It's a personal decision for him.
If I ask him, will he confirm that?
He would now.
Mr.
Did
Kelvin.
I give you cup now? Did I give you anything?
Mr. Kelvin.
I not give
Tell me
you
the dog you keep him.
No, it's a personal.
Okay.
It's a personal decision.
Abi is the F4. She cooked vegetable soup for you. What do you call your? What's his best soup?
Ofora now.
Okay, so are you sure it's not the ofora you cook? In the way you used to cook it?
It's not. There are some things that would happen to you in marriage. Even dog, even mekwe, nothing can save you. So I don't think it's by mekwe things. For him, it's a personal decision. For him as a person, I don't think I influenced anything. I didn't.
Okay, so it's about your personal decision when you are going into marriage, never to leave, no matter what, to just stay and face whatever comes out of it. So, Mr. Kelvin, I'm going to ask you one from your own followers over here, and before I come back to you again, okay?
Okay.
So this one is coming from Zion. That is the name. D-E and then Zion. I don't know whether he's a woman or man, but this is the question. He said, first of all, sir, I humbly send you greetings from the East. So I think this person is coming from the Southeast. So they are greeting the both of you.
Thank you.
He said, my question goes this way. My name is Daniel. Okay, must be a man. My name is Daniel, a teacher and a fabricator, aluminium fabricator. I'm not married yet, but permit me to ask this question. The first one, in a marriage where husband and wife always fight when quarreling. When quarreling gets heated or in a slight provocation, and the husband is the first to hit the wife, and then the wife hits back and they start fighting in front of their kids. The couples quarrel almost every day. Can that marriage war be settled? If yes, how? Or should they divorce? Number 2, will this their act affect their kids in future because they watch them fight and it always make them to cry seeing their dad beat up the mom in several occasions? Please note that this is a real life story and not just a framed question. Thank you.
Okay, let me start with will it affect the children? Yes.
100%.
Most men who beat their wife learned it from the father. So it's even worse.
Most men who beat their wives learned it from their fathers.
From their father.
Okay.
I said most, not all men.
Yes.
Right? There is always a mirror. I have had a case of a lady that walked up to me. She came to my office to complain of the same thing, that the husband is always beating her in front of the child. And somehow, this lady started seeing that his husband character in that
children,
that boy. And it is even worse when a boy is watching the father beat up the mom. That is how we raise most men who see beating
as a normal thing.
As a normal thing. And who see slapping a woman as a way of correcting the woman. Right? Beating in marriage, I will not advise anybody to leave. But if you get to the point where it will take your life and you still remain there, then you just choose to die. Right? And most cases, if a woman is being beaten by a man, okay, he said that the fight starts when the man will hit the woman and she will hit back.
Yes, when they're having heated arguments.
I am not putting blame at anybody. It means that both of them came from either an abusive home, or the lady saw that the father used to beat the mom and the woman will not retaliate, because there are situations where you will slap a lady, she's not going to do anything. She'll just go and stay on her own. That beating ends. Right? And somehow, there's a story I want to tell. There's a friend of mine that told me this thing, and that thing he told me, I really liked it. He said that the girlfriend he was dating that he wanted to marry, that he could not have had little problem, and he slapped this girl. That was the end of the relationship. He said the guy said that there was nothing he didn't do to get back the girl. The guy said that she is going to change you.
Yeah.
That if he stays in this marriage, there's a possibility that you're going to continue.
Yeah.
And the guy is 6 years in marriage. Now he said it has never occurred to him before to raise his hands on a woman, because the first time it happened,
they taught him a lesson.
It taught him a very bitter lesson. So most of the times when a man hits you, it doesn't just start in the marriage. Most of them start by nga. You see that nga? One day will land on your face.
Yeah.
Right? So if you can condone nga and power, that means you can condone basbos. Right? So most of the times people need to learn a lesson. Right? But I will not tell anybody to leave. Right? That marriage can still work if both of them decide to say that
enough is enough.
Enough is enough, and we are ready to stop these things that we are doing. But the damage alone would take time. Okay. Because the damage alone that has been done on the kids, on the children.
What of situations where the man promises to change and he keeps at it? It keeps occurring over and over.
Then that is not change. Any change that keep on recurring is not change. Then that means the man has psychological problem.
Would you still advise that they stay and work it out?
I will not advise my daughter to stay with that kind of, because the person can wake up one morning and strangle you to death.
Yeah.
Yes, if you want to stop something, you make conscious effort to stop it. What triggers me beating you?
Yeah.
If I get so angry, I should leave the house.
Yes.
Cool off, then come back.
Yes.
Right? If it's things that we need to talk about, that we need to settle, we sit down and talk. That is why communication in marriage is very, very good.
Very important.
What is that thing that you usually do that makes me hate you? Right? Because most times, most men are not woman beater. Right? Most women will trigger a man to beat them. And you cannot do anything. You are not a man. Touch me now. Touch me now. And you are telling a man that has
not a man.
That not a man.
But if he's a man, he should
prove to you.
That if he's a man, he should
touch you. Imagine telling a soldier, you're not a soldier. Slap me if you're a soldier. You land in Kotagad. Right? So there are certain things that you need to sit down and discuss with your spouse and say, please, let's work this thing out, not even because of us, but because of these children. Because if we continue doing it, we are raising another generation of woman beaters and another generation of women who can condone a man that is beating her. Because when a girl is seeing the mom and the man fight, they don't learn from the man, they are learning from the mom. Because they are watching that the mom is taking it in. That is when women will stay with a man that is even strangling them to death. And they will keep on telling you that this person will change. Maybe the change that they will now change is that they wake up in the cups, in the coffin.
Yeah, I think the main reason is that most people prefer to answer that they are married than divorced.
Exactly.
And the societal stigma around divorce presently in our country is quite high. But I believe our eyes of understanding are being opening so that we will learn more. Okay, so Mrs. Joy?
Yes, sir.
So somebody is also asking this one. He said, how did you find your husband, Kelvin Onovo?
How did I find him?
Yes, how did you find him?
I don't find him, he found me.
How did he find you?
Okay, if we attended the same church. I was in the choir and he was in the security unit. And the way the security...
You could sing?
Yes.
That's beautiful.
And the way the security units, the way they operate, they have these people that used to stand in front of the altar.
Okay.
And
protocol men, I think that's what they call them.
But then we had a unit protocol, and then they had security units. I think their duty was kind of complementing each other. But he was in security unit, and then his own side of the story said whenever they post him to another place, he will find who is being posted to choir. If it's his guy, he will go and
This is our secret.
Yes.
he
So
will go
followers want to
and
know.
he will go and tell the person, okay, please, can you stay here? Let me stay there, inquire. And then me, on the other hand, I'll be wondering, why is this guy always standing here? Like, every time they're always posting him to choir, not knowing that he was engineering it. So that's just how it happened. And then he approached me.
Now, let me say this.
Okay.
Winners Chapel,
Yes.
Enugu State,
Yes.
gave me one of the best gifts. This is the best gift. In fact, this is
That deserves
more,
an applause.
Yeah.
yes, this is more important than salvation.
Who said, don't say
After
that.
salvation.
though.
After salvation,
Abeg
let me do that. Right.
go.
So thank you, Winners Chapel, for giving me this wonderful gift.
Yes.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay. The next question is coming for you, Mr. Kelvin. He said, for instance, okay, I think maybe the person meant to ask you the question,
Okay.
but your husband should answer it. For instance, how would your hubby I think she meant save, but she wrote save. Save from a salary of 150,000 contracts with a wife and 4 kids. The wife bakes, but end up using all the sales money in the pot as for cooking, because no steady money elsewhere. Hubby is not ready to save. He believes his salary is too small. When he has 1.5 million, he gave it to his friend for a loan, and he's always bringing interest without his wife's notice. Now the interest, the man knows see.
Money
The 1.5 million, the man never still see. Okay, so I think our question is, how do you save, and what should you do in that kind of situation where the husband, even though he's not making big money, the first big money that came to him, he went to give it to his friend on the agreement that the friend will be giving him interest. And now the interest is not coming in, and his money too, which is the loan, is also not coming in. And he did it without the wife's notice. So what should the wife do in that kind of situation? Then lastly, she said, what side hustle should the woman do? Because they've told her about yam, potato, fish, akara, fries, plantain, fresh tomato, and all of that. What advice do you have for her, and how will she save her kids from hunger?
Well,
First of all, the advice I will give to this man and the wife is that they should stop making babies. That is number one. Because
A salary of 150,000
and you have 4 kids, right?
Yeah.
The woman should go to the hospital and tie her womb, or the man should go for vasectomy. Because you cannot have that kind of salary and
keep having children.
and keep having children. That is even the number one. Because if they have 2, and I tell men this, give birth according to the salary that you're earning.
Yeah.
Right? If you're earning 100,000, you shouldn't give birth more than 2. Control it. Because that is okay, let me stop there. Secondly, I believe that if that man had put, let's say, 500,000 into the wife's business, there is some relief that he will have on his own salary. I think the man doesn't trust the wife enough to invest in her business, right? And it is because he doesn't trust the wife enough, that is why he had to go outside to give another person loan. So you had 1.5 million. Why not give your wife 500K and keep 1 million aside? Let her invest in her. She's a baker. She can be making meat pie and be hawking with zobo and tiger nut, or zobo and soya milk, and be hawking. It can be complementing the one the man is bringing. Because no matter how you want to sugarcoat it, you cannot save on a salary of 100K. What do you want to save? You bet everybody's feeding from that salary. How do you save? You cannot save.
Really?
The only way for that man to save money is to set up the wife. Let him get reliefs more, because the whole family, both house rent, school fees, feeding, is on that 100K.
the woman said her own money is going into the pot, so meaning she's
also
the one,
contributing
for the feeding.
So I still feel that man, because that man will still have money, the man should invest in his wife, right? Even if he fails the first time, he should try again. And I wouldn't advise anybody on business to go into, because when it comes to business, I don't just do business because this one is booming. I do business based on a demand in a location.
Yes.
Right? If the place they are living and there's no akara joint in that area, the woman should start frying akara. And also be selling meat pie as well. So that if she fries akara in the morning, she can sell meat pie and zobo in the afternoon.
Yes.
Right? And go home in the evening. maybe and compliment the man. If they are doing, if she should look for what the area they are needs before she can start a business. People shouldn't be doing business on trial and error.
Yeah.
People don't do consultation when they want to do business. They just do business because they have the money to do business. Ask questions. Go around. Go to a neighboring place. If you live in a place where people are have building projects more, you can start cooking and carrying it in a wheelbarrow and go and be selling to them. It is not possible that people are not going to patronize you because they need food. Yeah, because those people cannot go to Chitties or maybe all these big restaurants and eat quality food. But that small one that you're making can still serve them. So that's the only advice I could give.
Okay, thank you. Okay. So, Mrs. Joy,
yes, sir.
SGM, somebody is asking this one based on your business and other things that you do. Ozo mata onai, something like that. So she's saying, how were you able to combine parenting and being a tutor in an online class and still have time to make love to your husband?
Yeah.
Or make your husband love you the way he does, something like that. So how do you combine all that parenting,
so when you
business, and still being a wife too?
If she said motherhood, I would say okay, but parenting involves two people. It's not a one person thing.
Okay.
So when you say parenting, it's not only me that is a parent. My husband is also a parent. So my husband really played a very huge role. I would give an instance. For example, before I became a blogger, I was sewing, like a bespoke tailor. I would not necessarily call myself a fashion designer, although I know how to design. But because I needed to meet demands by actually sewing, so let me try to differentiate fashion designer from a tailor. A fashion designer designs, while a seamstress or a tailor is the one that now brings the design to life.
Okay.
So, but because the demand for bespoke tailoring was high, and of course you have to survive, you need to make money. I wasn't able to really tap into that creative part of what I was doing. So I knew that I needed to scale, and the way I was managing my business or running my fashion or my sewing business, I wasn't going to be able to do that, and I needed another skill. That was where my partner came in. My husband made so many sacrifices for me to learn blogging, because there'll be times where I would have to, make out time, even after meeting demands of customers. For example, let's say, for example, in the night when I'm sleeping and maybe the baby wakes up and wants to, needs the mother. I wasn't breastfeeding at that time, but not when I'm sleeping, sorry, when I'm,
attending to other things.
Not attending to other things, because I was always learning the blogging in the night. So in the night when I'm studying and then the baby is crying, if you don't have a supportive partner, he would be like, Madam, come and tender to the baby. So he had to also make sacrifices for me to learn what I needed to learn. That's to create more time for me to learn what I needed. So when you say how we're able to manage parenting, teaching, and also doing this, it's because I have a partner who supports, a partner who can fill in when maybe I'm trying to buy more time for myself and do other things. Because whether you like it or not, as a woman, when you start having kids, it eats into your time, like a chunk of your time. Is that I always tell my single people I have around me, I'll say, this is the time when you should be doing. Don't waste any time you have, because when you get married and start having children, that your 24 hours is now going to be like 2 hours. So if you want to learn anything, this is the best time for you to learn it. So in my own case, the reason why I was able to at least handle this and do this and still come out and, do what I wanted to do as a person was because I had a very supportive partner.
Okay.
So
there is a question here about having a maid, house help. Do you believe a woman should have house help?
Of 100%, yes. A woman should have.
But bringing a house help is more like bringing another woman into your house.
Why?
And your husband is there being a man.
That is the problem.
Okay.
If if I cannot bring in a woman into the house because I'm scared of what my husband will do, then why am I even in the marriage? Like, I think it's an insult to your husband that you feel that he cannot control himself because of another woman.
But we've heard stories. I think it was last month. A story was trending.
Yes,
of
that's
a man
woman.
that impregnated the maid,
His
one
maid.
small girl, and
anything the man can do to that maid, he can still do it outside. So you cannot, if you cannot control him outside, what makes you think you can control him inside?
So the problem is
house?
not about bringing in
the maid. Is a personality problem on the part of the man.
Okay.
Whether you bring in a maid or not, a man that wants to behave like a dog will still behave like a dog.
So you don't believe bringing
a maid
is more like bringing another woman for your husband to be enjoying himself?
I don't.
Okay. That's yes.
Let me chip in something.
Yes, please go on.
In my office, I have, how many female staff do I have?
I don't know. I think they're up to 7.
7
or 5.
5. I mean?
5.
Okay, I have female staff 5. I think 2 are boys. Right?
Okay.
Female are 5. In my house, we have 2 cleaners and 2 househelp, right?
Okay.
So I don't know why it's going to be a problem.
Because if you are trying to avoid it in the house, he's still going out.
I'm going to my office.
He's going to. So will you now stop him from having female staff?
That is the thing.
So
anybody that is feeling insecure that the husband, you know your husband.
Yeah.
So you know that if you bring in a woman, it's just like bringing meat for a cat. Yeah. So you know the kind of person you're married to. If you know that if you bring this person to this house, this person is going to.
But I want to say something. Okay, I won't suffer because a man cannot control himself. If I need help, I need help.
Okay.
For example, I have 3 kids. I also have my own business that I'm running. I have students that I teach. There's no how I'll be able to handle everything, especially when it comes to places where you need to, work physically, like cleaning, cooking, and let's say we live in a very big house. There's no how I'll be able to fill in the way I'm supposed to fill in if I don't have somebody relieve me of those things. So I can't be suffering I cannot be trying to protect, how do I put it? Trying to protect a man's promiscuity. Yes, because and I'll not be suffering as a result of it.
Okay.
Do you understand? For me, it's
okay. So speaking of a man's promiscuity, part of the creed, I don't know if it's creed or pledge, they call it in their Finished Men Association, is that they will never cheat on their wives. Would you leave your husband if he cheats on you? No, that question is not for you. Okay. It's not for you.
So
okay, maybe I was being too direct. Okay. This is Finished Men Association, and one of their wives came reporting to you that the husband cheated on her. Now put yourself in their shoe now. Would you leave that union? Of course, what you're answering is not.
It's not for me. Okay, it's not giving Mr. Kelvin.
Something. Let's just say you want to answer this lady. You want to advise this lady. What would you tell her?
Okay. There are some people that cheating is not a deal breaker for them.
Okay.
They can stomach it. But me, I see cheating from a different aspect. When a man cheats on, or let me still be direct. If my husband cheats on me, he has exposed me to different kinds of evil. Now, the woman he's cheating on me with knows me and my children. I don't know this woman.
Know. Because sometimes they trap. No, sometimes men do their shit far away
from the family.
Yes, very
but
far away.
But the way I still see it, if the woman wants to track who this man's, as far as she knows he's married, except she doesn't know he's married. But once she knows he's married, we are in social media. Everything is out there. The woman can track me.
I think you are seeing it from the part of relationship aspect. Maybe he has a relationship with someone. People travel, go on
okay. Let me not see it in that.
And just have one-time affair stuff with people, and those guys go.
You now carry whatever. So I still see it as you exposing me to evil. It might not be evil in terms of, let's say, physical evil. It could be what's it called? Bringing disease to me.
Yes.
And as a result, passing it on to my kids. We've had issues where, not issues, we've heard of stories where the man contracts a sexually transmitted disease, passes it on to his wife, but because he was scared to say, oh, I have this disease, and the wife was there dying without treating herself. And who knows? You don't know. From the way you interact in your family, you don't know what you can be doing, and pass it on to your own kids. So it's deeper than it is, because when we say cheating, we think it's just surface level.
Women, we try to play safe sometimes. Well, I wouldn't blame us. It is how we grew up. The reason why I'm saying this is this. Okay, we expect a woman to forgive us when we cheat. Will you forgive a woman if she cheats? That is, yes, a man now expects a man that cheats now expects a woman to forgive her. Yes, it might be a one-time thing, and maybe this man decides to change for good. But the question is this, because when we do things, let's also mirror that same thing to ourselves. If a woman cheats on you, a woman you got married to cheats on you, is there a possibility that you can also
Forgive and move on? And again, I also think we are all human beings, and mistakes can happen. But when something like that has happened, and let's say the man comes clean as into the wife, tells the wife, see what I've done. As far as for me, as far as it's you that came and reported yourself, and you could see that there's genuine repentance, and he did this in out of mistake, he didn't intentionally do it, then I can forgive, we move on.
Do you think cheating can never be a mistake? Do you think it is possible to just cheat out of mistake?
It's possible.
It's very possible.
I mean, people calculate it.
I think it's possible.
Plan it.
Because you might find
choose a favorite hotel or a favorite place.
No, do you know why?
That's where it's not a mistake. But I think there are compromising situations a man or a woman can find themselves.
Okay,
and it will just happen.
You can get a woman drunk, and she wouldn't know what she's doing.
Okay.
A man can get drunk.
Yes, that happens. Yes.
Right? There are people that when they are drunk, they don't know what they are doing at that moment. Right? So these are situations where you can say that is a mistake. This person did it not with his or her senses.
And I think one step of repentance, or one step of you truly apologizing, is when you come clean. But if you wait for the person to find out,
that's what the problem is.
There's no how you convince that person or tell that person that, it was just a one-time thing. Why didn't you tell me? And that's where openness and trust comes in.
Communication.
So if it were the other way around, would you advise the finished men to take back their cheating partners?
Is their decision?
It's their decision to make. No.
Yeah. I didn't say will you force them. Will you advise them to take back their cheating partners?
Where I would advise anybody to take back a cheating partner is, let's say, what my wife rightly said before. If it was a mistake, and if it was a one-time thing, and if this person come clean and said to you, I've done this thing. There's a difference between you finding out that your husband or wife did this thing, or this person came to you and said, I did this thing, but I didn't know how I did it. It just happened. I want you to forgive me. Right? I would say, okay. Now, if it's something that you yourself can condone, there are people that can never condone cheating. There are men, in fact, it is even more women. Most men, let's say 80% of men, we never forgive a woman that is cheating. But if you are just being realistic, right? So it's a personal decision. I can advise you to forgive if you are willing to forgive, but I'm not going to force you and tell you to. No.
Okay. Okay. So this person is also asking, what is the meaning of SGM? Why does your husband call you SGM? What is the meaning?
First of all, he doesn't even call me SGM in the house.
Really?
The first time somebody called me SGM outside, when they were saying sugar mommy, I did not know it was me.
Okay.
And when the whole SGM thing started, before now, I wasn't a very actively I wasn't on Facebook. I wasn't always. Facebook was not my go-to app. I was always on Instagram, YouTube, and I didn't even know my husband was calling me sugar mommy online. The first time somebody saw me and said sugar mommy, I didn't know it was me. They were saying SGM, sugar mommy. I didn't know. So the whole SGM thing is I'll call it my stage name.
I would say it's our stage name. I just find I just wanted a way I can differentiate my wife when I want to call her on social media.
Okay.
That was how I got that name SGM. And I don't want to use the word sugar mommy, so I had to now make it short so that when I'm talking about my wife, people will be like, "Who is this person that? What is the meaning of SGM?" You know, when you create curiosity,
So
on
many people
social-
are asking about
yes,
it.
on social media, people will be like, "What is the meaning of SGM?" So the reason why I created it was I just needed to make different from using the usual my wife.
So I don't have sugar
my
now. Is
cho-
that what
my
you're
chalogo.
saying?
No, you have so many sugar. Like your sugar is too much.
You have so many sugar according to your husband.
Yes, sir.
So the name befits you. And from what you've been answering here so far, it's been beautiful having a good a conversation with you. Same
Thank you so
as
much.
you, Mr. Kelvin.
Thank
It's been a
you.
privilege
Thank you.
listening to you, hearing you share your insights, your experiences, hearing you talk about your own marriage, the challenges you've gone through, and then being able to help other people out there who are experiencing similar things that you've overcome. So if you have maybe one word or two to give out there to people who are listening to you, young men who want to have a sweet marriage, a good experience with their partner in marriage, or who wants their family to be a place where they find peace when they come back from anywhere, what advice will you give them?
The only advice I'll give to any young man, or let's say anybody that is into marriage, is if a formula that you've been doing in your marriage is not working, change formula. You can just be different, right? You must not do what
Every
every
other
other
person is
person
doing.
is doing. Just be different. It's not hard being a finished man, like we all make it to be, right?
And it's not a bad thing.
It's not a bad thing.
It's not a demeaning thing.
Yes, it's not
to
a demeaning
be
thing.
a finished man.
Yes, the reason why we choose that word is that instead of you to shame us, we took the name so that you will not find another thing to shame us with. So
it's not shameful to wash your wife's panties.
It's not shameful, but your wife can wash your boxers,
Mm.
right? So why shouldn't she find it shameful for her to wash, right? So being a finished man is not something that it's hard input, because when you take care of your child, it is your child that you're taking care of. When you take care of a wife, it is your own that you are taking care of. When you take care of your household, it is still your own. So when you contribute to the betterment of your family, the person that is going to reap the fruit is you and your wife. So thank you very much.
Thank you so much for that. I truly appreciate it. Madam SGM, what word do you have for young ladies out there who are listening to you and the general public? Anybody who just comes across this video and wants to glean from your wisdom?
Okay, I would say partner well with your partner.
Okay.
When you see your partner making conscious effort to move the family forward, you have to meet him at the midpoint. You have to, relate with him well. You have to cooperate, because in the society where we live in now, because of the whole should I say enlightenment out there, and people trying to shove their own toxic way of living, especially in marriage, down our throats in form of opinions and social media, people are being advised wrongly. But within you as a person, if you know that your husband is really trying, you have to, align and just follow.
Okay.
Without making it hard for the person, without being a witch. So you just have to. So for me, I think it's just for you to cooperate, partner well with this person, and also try to understand the person and also be patient with the person, because we want it fast, fast, fast. Nobody wants to build. Nobody wants to grow. They say, I'm not Barbara the builder. I don't have cement. I don't have block, and things like that. It all boils down to that patience, understanding, and then trying to align well with your partner and support.
Okay. So, thank you. Thank you so much. I am grateful. I believe our viewers are also grateful for your time, for your insights, for your wisdom, and all of that. So we've come to the end of the session, but I'd like you to.
Okay. Dear finished men, dear wife of finished men, dear aspiring finished men, dear aspiring wives of finished men. You see, before tomorrow's
Tomorrow comes
podcast.
Yes.
If you want to see the fire that we did today, see, when I tell you people that if you are an illiterate and you marry a person that is an illiterate, people will produce a double illiterate. Make sure you marry someone that is intelligent too. Yes. If you want to see the fire that we did today, in fact, make sure you subscribe. Go to their Facebook handle and follow them. Go to their YouTube handle and follow them. Go to their Twitter. In fact, follow all their follow anywhere they are. BTC is going to change the podcast in Nigeria, and we being here is because we want to support what they are doing. They are the best. Thank you very much.
So, Before Tomorrow Comes is a podcast you should be listening to. Just like he said, it's going to change the face of podcasting in Nigeria.
Yeah.
So we want you to go follow all their social media handles. But most importantly, here on YouTube, the full video will be dropping here on YouTube. So when you see snippets of the podcast or snippets of episodes here and there on other social media platforms, on YouTube is where you get the complete tea. So please don't forget to hit the subscribe button, like, share, and keep on watching.
Before tomorrow comes, we talk it out. Entertainment, politics, business, no doubt.